Hello, this is a video I'm making for my Entry 3 class. Hello everybody, I hope you're okay. As you know, we are in the pandemic and this means that I can't see you. But what I can do is I can make a video to try to explain some ideas. In the last week, I asked you to do the Cambridge English Entry 3 exam. It's a very difficult reading exam, and I've taught this exam for many years, and usually students get many answers wrong. So if you got answers wrong, don't worry about it. It's a very difficult test. In fact, some of the questions are so tricky that there is not another test in Entry 3 as difficult as Test 3. Okay, let's have a look at the answers, and I've sent you the answers already, so you can check your answers, but if you want, I'm going to explain why each answer is correct. It's going to take a little while, because like I said, it's quite tricky. In the first part of the section is about this, okay, it's about a local community center. It says, you are doing a project in your English class about ways to save energy. You find this article in your local newspaper. Look at text A. Okay, so it's about a new building that is going to help about saving energy. Number one, what is the purpose of the article? Okay, so this section is called part one. Now in part one, the first question says, what is the purpose of the article? Is it about to persuade you about something, to inform you about something, or to complain about something? Well, the best answer in this one is going to be B, which is to inform you about something. Now, inform means to give information. This is not trying to persuade you. Persuade you means to change your behavior or maybe make you visit. This is not an advertisement. This is just information in a story, giving you information. Question 2. It says, what information does the article tell about you? So you have A, B, C, D, and E. Okay. And you have to say whether it's yes or the answer is no. Okay. Now, in the first one, it says, why the building is better than it looks. Well, it says here, paragraph 2, the center seems like any other normal office, but it has hidden surprises that you don't notice at first. So it is better than it looks. So the answer for that one is yes. Secondly, when to visit the center? Do they mention this? Yes, at the bottom it says you can come on 27th of February. So the answer for that is no. In C, how to book an appointment to see an advisor? No, there is no information about how to book an appointment. There is some information, there's a website, but no. So that answer is also no. And then D, when the project started. Yes, it says it began 2 years ago. You will see that in paragraph, I think it's, anyway, it says over 2 or 3 years ago. It's mentioned in the article. And then finally, where to buy an energy-saving light bulb. Now, this one is very, very tricky because they're trying to trick you. And most people will say, yes, energy-saving light bulbs. But they are free. And because they are free, on the very last sentence of the very last page, it says, you will also receive a free energy light-saving light bulb worth £12. But you don't buy the light bulb because you receive it for free. So the answer is no. Why is it no? It's because it's free. But that is a trick question, and I don't really like that question very much. I think it's too nasty. But anyway, there we go. That's questions 1, 2, and now we're on question 3. Can you see question 3 here? In question 3, it says, what surprised the center manager the most? And the answer is A, which is locals, people, knowledge. Sorry, that's local, people's knowledge. he says, the mayor of the town, in paragraph 4, says, we have spent over 3 years talking to schools, businesses, and the local people in our town to find out what they think about saving energy. We were shocked to find out that most people do not know how to save energy and how much money they could save. We just couldn't believe it. So basically what happened is people coming there, the local mayor is talking to the local people, and the local people do not know how to save energy. They are spending too much and they are not saving energy. And this is the big shocker. So that's the best answer. Question 4, we have A, B, and C. First question is, which word, look at paragraph 2, which word means unseen? And the best answer for that one is hidden. Yeah, it says hidden savings. So hidden means unseen, okay? Hidden, behind. All right, the next one is, look at paragraph 5, which word means a chance? And that word is opportunity. Okay, opportunity means chance. The final one, C, look at paragraph 5, which word means to make smaller? And that word is reduce. Okay, let's look at these words. Hidden, of course, if you hide, I am hidden, can't see me. Okay, the next word, opportunity, I think you might know this word, means chance. Like you have an opportunity to get a new job, that's a chance. You have an opportunity to learn right now. I'm glad you are taking it, thank you. And finally, reduce means to make less. Can you reduce the amount of caffeine you have every day? Can you reduce your alcohol? Can you reduce your time watching TV? So reduce means to make smaller. It's the opposite of increase. When you increase, you add more. Okay. Now, part 2. So I'm going to pause it and then we're going to do part 2. Hello, Howard, welcome back. We're going to do part 2 now. In part 2, we had to read, it says you visit the center and you read about the following people on the GEA notice board. Okay, so in part 2, we are looking at 3. Okay, we're looking at 3 different people talking about saving energy. Right. And this one is quite tricky. Question 5 says, what is the best title for each text? Write the correct letter for each text. There is one letter to use. So we had text B. We just make that one is just B. That's text B. Then we have text C, and then we have text D. Okay. So there's text B, C, and D. Which one is the best one for D? Well, for me, I like for text B, the only answer really is surprising savings. Okay, so we have the word surprising in there. In text B, which is the first one, he says, I thought it was crazy to save energy. I think I was worried they would be really expensive, but I was wrong. And it says, we couldn't believe how much money we could save. So this person was surprised. He can save the money. He's feeling very good about that. And that's the best answer for B. In C, this one is quite tricky, but it's slowly getting better. Slowly getting better. Why? Well, if you look at text C, this person hasn't done very much, but they are just getting better now. I visited the Green Energy Agency to find out which money I could save after a friend had been there. I usually turn off the lights at home, but after the visit, I got energy-saving light bulbs that were given to me free by the local council. I also started to look around my flat to see what I could change. So just starting to look around, slowly getting better, looking around your flat, looking energy saving light bulbs, saving a little bit of electricity. In the second paragraph, my friends and I used to use the washing machine too much and only use it at half full. So we make sure to fill it up before we wash our clothes. Why is that important? Well, when you're washing up if you're washing up your washing machine, if you only fill it halfway, then you're using all of that water for only half the amount of clothes. So you're using double the energy to wash a full load. If you wait until it's full, then of course you're using less water to wash the same amount of clothes and less energy. So that's a little point there. I'm sure we don't need to keep the house so hot in winter. So this person's turning down the heat. We also have a bad habit of putting warm food in the fridge. What's the problem of putting warm food in the fridge? Well, if you have something that's warm, like hot lasagna, after you finish cooking it, if you let it cool down in your house and then put it in the fridge, then naturally the fridge doesn't have to work so hard to cool it, because just naturally it's cooled before it's gone in the fridge. So that's a little hint to save some money. The final one, D, is finally listening. Yes, finally listening. Finally listening. Finally listening means you weren't listening before, but now you're listening. Okay, so let's have a look at that one. My brother works in India, building special homes to save energy in villages. So I have heard a lot from him about how I could save energy, but I've always been too lazy to do it before at home. My son was really interested in visiting the Green Energy Agency because he is doing a project at school, so I took him. It was really interesting, and I am going to start saving energy from next month. So this person did not really care about saving energy. Always talked to by the uncle in India, the brother who works in India, and finally is listening and saying, yes, you're right. Okay, so those are the answers. Now, as you notice, none of the answers were this one, which was, I leave the car at home. No, I leave the car at home does not work. And do you know why? Because all of these people still drive their car. If you look carefully in every text, you will see they are still driving their car to work. I drive my car to work too, so not today. Okay, so that leaves us with question 6. Question 6, we have A, B, C, and D. Okay, A, B, C, and D. Can you see that? No, you can't see that. All right. Well, anyway, A, B, and we'll have C and D. Okay, so can you see that now? Yes, A, B, C, and D. Great. Okay, now in number 6, we says, which ways of energy saving are mentioned in the text? Let's have a look. Turning down the heating. Actually, yes, this is. So I'm going to put yes for that, okay? Yes, this one is mentioned. The person talks about we don't need to keep the house so hot. That means they're turning down the heating. You have to think a little bit like that. B, buying energy-saving devices. Now, I find this very, very tricky because I don't like this. If you put yes for this because of the light bulbs, that seems normal to me. But the answer for this is no. And the answer is no is all of the light bulbs are free. These energy-saving light bulbs in the text were free, so they didn't buy them. So therefore, they are not buying light bulbs. Using less water, yes, that's mentioned. Do you remember when that was used? I just talked about it. It was used a few times. One of the using less water was in the washing machine, of course. If you fill it halfway and you use the water, and then you fill another load halfway using more water. And it's also used another time when they're talking about text D. Instead of taking a bath, they're going to take a shower. If you take a shower, you use less water. If you take a bath, you use more water. It's more wasteful, using more energy. Okay, finally, D, changing light bulbs in the house. Yes, that was mentioned. So the answer is yes, no, yes, yes. Thank you. Okay, welcome back. We're going to look at number 7. Number 7 says, what does it say? It says, look at the sentences below. Are they true or false? So in 7, we have A. A says, all 3 people live with other people. Yes, they do. If you look, all of them. So the answer is true. false. So A is true. B, all three people have stopped using their cars to get to their job. No, that one is false. All of them are driving, so that's definitely false. C, all three people have already started saving energy. This is very tricky, but the answer is no. And why is it no? I hate this question. The reason it's no is in D, this is the one that's listening. He says, paragraph 2 in D says, it was really interesting and I am going to start saving energy from next month. I am going to is a future tense, so the person hasn't started, he's going to. Right. And 8. What does that mean? Well, this is in question C. It says, we have a bad habit of putting warm food in the fridge. We've stopped doing that and boiling too much water in the kettle. Okay, so we're talking about water in the kettle, but the first thing is we have a bad habit of putting warm food in the fridge. We've stopped doing that. So that means we've stopped putting warm food in the fridge. But the answer for that one is C, which is putting warm food in the fridge. You read my writing? Okay. Sorry, I'm a Gen X YouTuber, not very advanced. Gen X means Generation X is people my age, okay? We still use pens and we're a little bit old-fashioned. But if you'd like to, please subscribe and click like on my video. So anyway, thank you very much. We're going to go to part 3 in just a moment. Right, now are you all ready now for part 3? This is the final part of the exam. In the part 3, we had to look at this. Okay, and as you can see, this article or this text E, is actually what we call an advertisement. It's advertising Western Electric green energy offer. So this is what we say a persuasive text. This is a text that's trying to get you to buy something or to change your habits. What is the purpose of text E? Question 9. Best answer for that one is to tell you how to save money. So that one is going to be B, I believe. Number 10. What does the text tell you to do? And this one is very tricky. Again, I don't like this question very much, but it talks about paying the bill through the bank. The problem with A, it says make all of your home energy friendly. It doesn't really tell you to do that. It says, most of this says, this offer is only available if you pay monthly by direct debit through your bank. So it's mainly about that. Again, very difficult question. Moving on to the next one. Oh, right, okay. All right, now the next one we have is called alphabetical order. Now, entry 3 students should be able to do this quite easily, but I'm going to just give you a little bit of explanation about it. And I'm just going to use this one here. Okay, so as you can see, can everybody see that? You have the words there, and you have to decide which one is first and which one is second in alphabetical order. Okay. Now, to do that, you have to know about alphabetical order. Some students know this. It's very easy. If you know this, you can skip the video. But if you don't know this, you can just watch me do it for a second. Okay, just to review. Now, in the electrical companies we have green energy, then we had basic power, and then we have ecotricity, and then we have good energy, southern electricity, eastern electricity, Scottish power. Can everybody see? Yeah, you can. Scottish power, and British gas. Right, okay. Now what we need to do is we need to take these and put them in order, a different order, an alphabetical order. That means A is at the top, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and Z is at the bottom. Okay, so what I like to do when I have these exercises is I number them first, and then I reorder them again. And that is to be absolutely sure that I'm doing this correctly. Okay, so as you know, A is the first letter of the alphabet, and our alphabet is like this. As you know, this is easy. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, like that. Okay, so do we have anything with A? No, we don't. So A, we have no A. Do we have a B? Yes, we do. We have two B's. We have basic and we have British. So basic is BA, BA. And A and British is BR. So because A comes before R in the alphabet, basic is first and British is second. Okay, so those are the B's sorted out. Do we have a C? No. Do we have a D? No. Do we have an E? Yes, we do. We have two E's. We have EC, ecotricity, EC, and we have Eastern. So because we have E and E, we just have to go to the next letter. And the next letter here we have A, and this next letter we have C. So this is going to be number 4. 1, 2, 3, and that'll be 4. So 1, basic, British, ecotricity, no, Eastern and ecotricity. So what comes next? Well, there's no E. After E, there's no F. There's no G. Oh, yes, there is a G. We have one G, and we have two G's, G-O and G-R. Which one is next? Is it G-O good, or is it G-R? Well, O is before R, so we know that's going to be 5, and that's going to be 6. And that means that the last one we have, two more we have, is Southern and Scottish. S-O and S-C. Which is first, C or O? Well, C comes before O, so that's going to be number 7, and Southern is going to be number 8. So then once we have the alphabetical order, we can just leave it there if you like. We don't have to do anything else. Or if you want to be absolutely sure, you can put them in order. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, can you see all those? And then what we're going to do is we're going to put number 1 is basic. Okay. And number 2 is British. And number 3 is Eastern. Number 4, ecotricity. Number 5 is good. Number 6 is green. Number 7 is Scottish. And number 8 is Southern. So as you can see, sorry about my handwriting, hope you can read it. As you can see, it's all written now in alphabet. This is called alphabetical order. Once you've written it in alphabetical order, once you know, then you can answer the rest of the questions easily, okay? So let's have a look at that. I'm just going to erase this part here. My working out, I'm going to erase that. And now we have an idea of what we can do. So the first question here is going to be, where do you go? Okay. Welcome to my house, by the way. I hope you like it. Okay. Number 1 says, which company is first in the phone book? Well, first one is got to be number 1. So that's basic power. So for number 11, A is basic power. Begins with a B. You find ecotricity. Which company is next in the phone book? Well, this is ecotricity. Next one is good. And it's called Good Energy. So Good Energy is next. And C. Which company is before Scottish Power in the phone book? Well, you have to put it in alphabetical order first, but we've got Scottish Power here. So Green Energy UK comes before that. So there's the answers. Basic power, good energy, and green energy. Thank you. Okay, welcome back. We are finally looking at the last section here, which is making recycling easy. Okay, you can tell it's got an old mobile phone like my Nokia, so I hope you have, it's not very important. But anyway, it's a little bit old text, and a very difficult one as well, because it's going to trick you in lots of different ways. So you're going to have a look at that to see, what do you think? Okay, let's look at the first part of this one, and it is this. What is the purpose of text F? Well, the best answer for number 12, the purpose of the text is to persuade you to use a new recycling service. So we're going to call that C, the last one. It doesn't talk about recycling mobile phones. Don't be fooled. It talks about using mobile phones to learn about recycling. And that's a big difference between those two. Right, number 13. Look at the sentences below. Are they true or false? So we have A, B, C, D, and those three. Okay, so are they true or false? First one, the price of a text is more than 10p. And we have here, this is true, or is this false? Okay. Now, the answer is this one is true. It is more than 10p for a text, because it says here on the very end, text costs 10p plus your network charge. So you got 10p plus the charge from your network. Altogether, that is more than 10p. C, B, you can ask where your rubbish will be picked up. Now, many of you will put true for that because it's about recycling. But because the word rubbish and recycling is not exactly rubbish. Recycling still has some worth. So that answer is false. And the only reason that that answer is false for B, okay, the only reason is because recycling is not rubbish. But many people think of recycling as rubbish. So that's a tricky one. Next one, you can get information by texting. It says, no, you can only get information from texting. Because of only, you can get information from texting, definitely. But because it says only information from texting, that answer is going to be false. Why? Because if you look at the end, there's also a web page and a telephone number. So that answer is false. Finally, D, you are able to recycle everything. No, not everything. It says, number 3 says, in the future they will recycle more, but not everything. You can't recycle everything, okay? 14. You see that? 14, it says, what does the mayor believe? And the answer is B. The mayor believes we need to recycle more. He says, we are getting much better at recycling more of our rubbish, but we have a long way to go. Again, he talks about rubbish and recycling as the same thing. So, very confusing. Question 15. What else is the recycling doing? We have A, B, C, and D. So the first one, A, organizing project with local organization. Yes. What is a local organization? Well, here it says we are working with local charity shops. Okay. A charity shop is a local organization. Providing new locations to take your waste. Again, yes. Why? You have to look here. It talks about the new locations in the area. Can you see that? Okay. C, increasing collections of food waste. Yes. They mention that here in number 2. Make sure you see that box. And D, asking for volunteers to help the council. No, that they don't mention the volunteers. So, how did you do on the test? Did you do okay? Do you have any questions for me? If you do have any questions for me, I'm very happy to answer them. I like helping students. You can call me. You can leave a comment in this video. Please let me know how you did. Remember, the most important thing is for you to do the work at home if you can. Now, if you can't do it because it's too difficult, just watch the videos. You learn something, but you learn much more if you can try to do the answers yourself, mark the answers yourself, and then watch this video where I can explain more, okay? The reason I'm giving you reading is because reading is good for many reasons. One, reading can be done alone. Two, in reading, you learn many things. You learn alphabetical order, you learn new vocabulary, you have time to look up the words with your phone. And number three, we will have a reading exam in June. Now, our next exam is going to be speaking and listening. We're going to talk about that later. But at the moment, I think I'm doing this and a bit of grammar explanation to help you with that. I hope it works out. If you have any comments, please let me know. And thank you very much and have a nice week. Bye.